What's up, superstars? Back with another video. You got Superstar Rob and you got Superstar Nation. How you guys doing? Oh man, beating me up every single day. If you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button. Join the Superstar family. Hit the bell notification button to get every single video, every single day. Also, do our VIPs, $2.99 a month. Get the star beside your name. Ask for spreadsheet giveaways. You can reach out to us anytime, X, Instagram, or Discord. Make sure you join our Discord. It's in the description below. That is the place where if you use any of our affiliate links, you can let us know. You get stars beside your name at the end of the month as part of our Superstar Utility Program. Win some pretty cool gifts. Speaking of gifts, shout out to Rich doing a security challenge. Upgrade your security while at the same time potentially getting some pretty cool prizes. This week, we do have a challenge, which is pentester.com. You will not regret it, guys. Give it a try. It will verify your emails. And also to set up a 2FA authenticator app. And make sure you let Rich know in our Discord so he can give you some stars. I mean, they're not really stars. He just kind of tells me that you're entered and then we spin the wheel, but we'll just call it stars for now. All right. Today, I want to talk a little bit about this post, which gave you the idea. Do we think that tangible assets will always trump digital assets? Now, this is a massive loaded question. Like this, speaking in absolute sometimes is a very, very difficult thing to do. Now, shout out LK, good friend of ours. He put out this very, very interesting post. He said, remember when people thought the metaverse was going to be a cool thing? I think people had enough time now to realize that tangible assets will always trump digital. Google Glass failed. AR failed. Metaverse failed. Apple Vision Pro failed. Web3 NFT failed. And then he has Zuckerberg here in his metaverse. And this had all kinds of comments and questions. And I thought, you know what, LK, this is a great video topic. So thank you so much for giving me the idea today. So I think the question in terms of whether or not tangible assets will always trump digital is one thing. And then the other question is, did these things really fail? So we'll just start off with, will tangible always beat non-tangible? I think if we look into the future, I don't think we can speak in absolutes on this. I think right now, tangible assets are basically that tried and true proven asset. You know, when people want to invest in alternatives, buying art, for example, that that people want, that is scarce. Maybe that artist is no longer around. There's all kinds of historic pieces. They're always going to have their place. Now we're starting to see that on the NFT side. We see some historic NFTs worth insane, incredible amounts, and it's not tangible. It's completely digital. Yet people still find value in them because of their historical relevance within the NFT world. Some of the very, very first ones back in 2017. Another one, too, are ones that have utility. You look at Pudgy Penguins, 20,000. I can't remember the floor. It might have even been 40,000, somewhere in that range. Pudgy Penguins, for example, is a good NFT project where because they provide utility, they are worth a lot more money than we expected. We even saw some that are worth gaming, where if you have an NFT, you get access to a game. You can use that NFT. We've seen some of these worth like 6,000. So I don't think it's fair to say just blanketly that tangible assets will always trump digital. Although the truth always is somewhere in the middle, right? It's also not fair to say that digital are going to blow out the physical and then the tangible assets are going to be worthless. Also, in terms of failure, the question is, did AR, Google Glass, Metaverse, Apple Vision Pro, Web3 NFTs, did they truly fail? I think that they failed in terms of expectations in 2024. I think people thought by now we would see more of them embedded in our life. But I don't think long-term, the spatial computing is dead. I think I have here a very recent article, August 11, 2024, saying that half of the top 10, so 5, of the most valuable companies on earth are making metaverse hardware. And I think it's misleading to use the word metaverse hardware. Metaverse hardware kind of implies that you're making this one product so it could be used for the metaverse only. And I don't think that's the way it's going to be. I think that these products are ultimately for spatial computing. They're going to be a replacement to some of the tangible assets like we have today, like laptops, like monitors, potentially even our phones will end up in this spatial computing world. The technology just isn't there yet to be practical. Wearing, for example, glasses that are lightweight and can last all day are necessary. Nobody wants to wear this massive headset all day long, and it only lasts a couple hours of battery. So I just don't think the technology is there yet. This article is about Microsoft But I think that when you talk about spatial computing, metaverse will be a part of that. And I think somewhere down in the post, he talks about the educational aspect of it. That I think is one example of spatial computing and how it could be super effective. It is endless, though. We talk about the social aspect. That's a lot of traditional metaverses is an idea where you can just go in there and hang out with your friends. I don't really know how popular that's going to be long term because I'm not really in that boat. I think I prefer in that situation not the non-metaverse way, but I could see applications where maybe it is beneficial and I prefer that instead. Like, for example, if I have a work meeting, it might be better to do that in a metaverse environment where you can kind of, immerse yourself in a spatial computing environment and see others that are there, although they may be in an avatar and they may not be physical. It just might be more efficient. It just might be more practical to do so. And same with the Vision Pro. Like right now, really, what are the use cases for it? They're not fully immersive yet. I think that AR, to truly be successful and ingrained in our entertainment world, like watching Disney Plus, is a truly interactive environment, which brings entertainment to a whole new level. It's just, I don't see that happening until we have way better battery life and the technology way more lightweight. It has to catch up to the use cases. And I think we're a long way from that still. So I think it's a bit unfair to say that it's failed. I think that it's one of those things where it's still too early to actually say it failed, like the 3D TV. Remember, the 3D TV was supposed to be the biggest thing? And in a way that failed because nobody wants to watch 3D TV with 3D glasses. But will this fail if it's going to become an immersive, interactive experience? I don't know if it's going to fail because I think that will be something that people really will be entertained by, and they will definitely want to participate in it. And we mentioned earlier about the educational aspect of it as well, that people can learn how to do things with it. I mean, there's simulation learning already that exists, but it could take that to a whole new level with things that don't typically have that. In terms of Web3 NFTs, NFTs, if they're going to just be, because what we're seeing right now, some of the biggest companies just treat Web3 NFTs as, I'm just going to sell you something so that you can express yourself. Like, yeah, if it's going to be like that, I agree, they failed. But I think if Web3 NFTs can actually use the verification of ownership to do something with it so that the average person actually wants to do something with it, I think that the applications for Web3 NFTs are endless and they could be very, very successful. They've already kind of started in the financial space. You're starting to see a little bit more of that, but I don't think it's really widespread yet. And Zuckerberg and the metaverse, I mean, he started back off in a little bit. We just did a video recently about how he's trying to becoming more AI focused rather than metaverse focused, because that seems to be what the people want. We saw that AI in general, the margins on that are great. The metaverse, honestly, I still don't know what Zuckerberg plans on doing with his metaverse, but I don't think the metaverse alone is actually enough to have millions and millions of people just be like, oh, I love this metaverse, I want to jump into it. I think it's the spatial computing aspect in general, and the metaverse is going to be part of that, and the Web3 NFTs are going to be part of that, and the Apple Vision Pro is going to be part of that, and AR is going to be part of that, right? So all these things have to be part of this ultimate spatial computing, which once it exists, I think it's going to take off, but it probably won't happen anytime soon. So in my opinion, has it failed? My answer to that would be too early to say that. I don't think it's failed because we can't make that decision that it's failed until the technology and the utility and the things that we know it's supposed to be able to do, that it's been promised to be able to do, comes to life. And then we can make that decision whether it failed or not. Now, do people, going back to the original question, will tangible assets always trump digital? I think sometimes yes, sometimes no. Again, it's a bit of a wishy-washy answer. I think it depends what it is. At least with a tangible asset, you can have the utility of actually holding it. Like a lot of these digital assets, they're useless. They're totally useless. You can't do anything with them. And that's part of the problem. And as long as a digital asset is the same as a physical, except you can actually hold a physical, it's going to stay like this, and tangible assets will beat digital assets generally. But if digital assets take advantage of their unique structure of being something that's imaginary, that could do things that are different than physical, if we start seeing NFTs that are not made just for collecting, because if they're made just for collecting, it's the same as a tangible asset. They're both made for collecting. But when you think about something that's digital, for example, a digital comic book, imagine you open it and a hologram comes that tells you a story. That is something the physical cannot do. And that's when maybe you're going to start seeing some of these digital assets trump the physical. But in today, 2024, we track a lot of companies and the utility just doesn't exist yet. Some of them have it promised, but they haven't built it yet. Some of them some of them are just straight up, we're not doing it. You're just getting this NFT to collect, and that's it. And I think that when you compare that version of digital assets to physical assets, there's really not much differentiating the two. And I think that's why LK has made this conclusion. So again, August of 2024, it's going to probably be a very long wait for us to see the promises of this space actually come to fruition. Probably even just to see Zuckerberg's metaverse. And we'll continue to wait. But I think LK brought up a good point, great discussion here. And I'd love to hear your thoughts as well, guys. Let us know in the comments below. What do you guys think about LK's thought? Do you think that the physical will always trump the digital assets? Do you think that the metaverse has failed? Do you think Web3 NFTs have failed? Do you think that AR has failed? Let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget, become a superstar, smash the subscribe button, join the Superstar fam, hit the bell notification every single video, every single day. Also to Superstar VIP, turn on my star beside your spreadsheets. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. See you next one. Bye-bye.